What's going on, guys? Back here working with the Fabricator. You can see we're still buttoning up stuff on the car. What we're working on right now is the final rendition of like the bumper support. We have to make a hard radiator hose from here to here. So we're working on that, and we're just getting everything else buttoned up. As you can see, a lot of the turbo kit's done. We positioned the wastegate, radiator is mounted, made these cool brackets. And you know, a lot of good progress has been made. Got some fittings so I can mount the fuel pressure regulator. Making some good progress. I will admit I did end up cutting the hood, but it did a terrible job, and I'm going to end up finding another hood to replace that with because I'm not happy with it. I did end up finishing up the fuel cell. The fuel cell is bolted in. All the fuel lines are finished. And what we're going to be working on the trunk today is we have to mount the ice box here and then situate everything else. So basically today will be the last day I've been working on the car with Mikey, and then my plan is to have everything else apart the first half coming this week. I need to do some prep to get everything ready for the powder coaters. For instance, like this Holley's going to be ground off, these little nubs are going to be ground off, just make things a little bit cleaner and get everything ready for powder coat, and hopefully get everything off to paint as far as the fenders and the bumper. The hood's gonna end up getting wrapped, not this hood, but another hood. And that's gonna be what's going on with that. Next weekend, I'm going with Nick with the burnout van to Cletus and Cars Houston. So I won't be able to work on the car next weekend. That's why I'm trying to get a big rush of dropping off all the stuff that needs other people's work. That way they have time, and while I'm away, I can't work on the car anyway, so that stuff out of my possession doesn't hurt me any. So anyway, we're actually about to go grab some lunch real quick, and then we're going to get back and finishing up the car today. I know I've been kind of slacking with the videos. It's been one of those weeks. So anyway, catch you in a bit. What you doing?
I'll go home.
We're not. Yeah, it's
no, we're talking.
It's 9/11.
We're building
it's been a long day.
Radiator braces.
So what we've accomplished so far today is Mikey really wanted to go over these, and they look phenomenal now. Well, they looked phenomenal before, but he's picky. We ended up welding the water pump to the radiator. We made this cool little guy that connects to the pipe, the canister that I'll show you in a little bit. And right now, since we added the more weight to the radiator, we had the decision to make 2 more down bars right here, you can see. And that's what he's tacking on now.
We added
and then we also added the area for the hood pins, and then we added the center. That way we can secure the bumper a couple more zones or spots. And then we did put the pins, that way it's removable. So we are very much going. We got the fittings welded in here, and Mikey wanted to do the Houdini, so those are actually welded from behind, so it looks like they aren't welded. And I think that's
man, it better not be it. I feel like we've done a lot more than that.
We've done a lot. No, it's yeah, everything today, it's just been all the little stuff that you wait till the very end to do. Like for instance, this is the tank that goes here, so that will be coupled by a male or a female to female union. It looks sick, but I mean, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 bungs on this. So I mean, this all takes time to prep and weld. And I mean, Mikey's been under this hood for a long time.
Yeah, most of the day. Oh, we had
oh, and then I added the boost reference for the wastegate. Put that on the turbo housing right there. Before it was just on the charge pipe. I mean, there's a lot of stuff we've done. A lot's been accomplished.
Yeah, we gotta go racing.
Yeah, we gotta go racing soon. We're trying to beat the clock. We're going to go get dinner. I told Mike to act normal because he's delusional and starving. We're both starving. It's 11. It's 11:30 or almost 11:30 now. So basically just put everything back together. I ended up shorting up the exhaust pipes just a little bit. Charge pipe's done. This is the cool box we made with the cool, the coolant line with the union. The water pump's welded on, so I basically will just have a fitting that runs from here to there. And like I said, we got the vertical supports for the radiator, so everything is like super strong and essentially triangulated now. Right now we are trying to finish up mounting the water box. That's what Mr. Mike's been working on. Yeah. He's acting delusional because we're starving and it's late. So we are pretty much done with the front. I just got to bolt the bumper on and whatnot to get it ready to start driving home. And that's the last order of business we have to do here.
No, we gotta eat first.
Well, no, I'm saying for us to load the car up. So I don't want to really show in here because it's ugly.
Oh, well.
Oh, yep, you can kind of see. We're just going to build a strap that'll bolt straight through the frame. And then we're going to put a tab on the front. And then that'll be as far as it's going. I mean, it can't freaking move because it's pinched between the quarter panel and... I mean, if it goes anywhere, that means the car's pretty much at a loss. So, anyway, we're finishing up. I gotta put the hood on and whatnot, and then it's dinner time. Well, we are finally wrapping up here. It is 11:41 at night. Hungry time. So, we got the car sitting in front of me. Just full disclaimer, I'm the one that destroyed the hood, but I am already on a hunt for a new hood. But I want to talk to Mikey for a little bit, and we kind of want to explain and go over everything we've done in the, I guess, 4 total days we've worked on it.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and pop the hood. Let's let Mikey explain.
I don't know where to start.
Where do you want to start?
Well, I don't know. Well, you came with a different idea. You definitely didn't come with this idea.
I did not.
A couple of you asked your followers what they thought. You came with like 2 different options, and I, for the first time ever, which I appreciate, you kind of just let me do what I want to do. You know, I know that this car, you've always tried to keep it as nice and clean, as simple as possible. And you know, at least for me, whenever I get the opportunity to actually do something for a customer, using a little bit of my taste, I always try to keep the customer in mind. I know we kept it pretty simple. You came up with the pie cuts, which everyone knows I'm not a big fan of, but you know, we did that.
It was one of those things, I kind of knew the charge pipe was going to be a bit of a headache, so I already bought pre-cut pie cuts anyway, and somehow 5 of them perfectly just worked out.
Yeah. And
that was our whole charge pipe.
Yeah. So
we got the little 3.5-inch charge pipe there. The blow-off valve is routed on the back side. While we were here, we made the crossover from the headers to the collector under the turbo, which I'm gonna try to get you down in there, so you can kind of see it goes into a Y and it goes into a collector there, and then from the center of the collector the wastegate comes up and is perfectly positioned right here. Obviously we mounted the turbo using a Maven Performance turbo mount.
It's the only way to go, man.
Only way to go, especially on a bigger, heavier turbo like this. We don't got to worry about the manifold supporting the weight. We went and, I mean, you can't really see right now, I've showed them before, but we made the cool radiator brackets. You can see my cool upper hose right here. The water pump is welded to the radiator, so it'd be very simple to run a hose from that to the engine block. Great coolant can. So basically the 2 lines from the head will be coming, or the block will be coming to here. My steam port comes from here, and then that'll be where I fill my coolant. And we did a lot of knick-knack stuff. You know, how to put the fittings on the intake manifold there. A lot of trick stuff, a lot of neat little tidbits. And Mikey, I can't thank you enough. I mean, this is our, well, we did the 1.6 twice.
Yeah.
We did the LS once, and this will be our 4th setup.
Well, we've done the LS twice.
Yeah, oh yeah, this will be the 3rd time we've done the LS, yeah. I've done more turbo setups on my LS setup than I had my 4-cylinder, and this has only been running for less than a year, so that tells you how hungry I am for this power. Now, the one thing that I just noticed, I forgot to mention, the cool bumper bar. So you see the little slides right there? That's where the hood pins will eventually go. But it's a cool bar that goes all the way across, supports the headlight buckets and everything. I mean, everything is neat, trick, and kind of works out really well. You know, I can close the hood. I still have, I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if I'm gonna run this for Texas or not, or make a, I don't know yet. We're gonna worry about that when we can. But you can see through here, you know, we have the radiator mounted up down low. So hopefully I will have a great cooling. I don't want to worry about any more cooling issues. So I don't know, we'll see.
That was another one of the big upgrades on the car, was being able to get the radiator out from underneath the car in the back, which we've run in different, you know, application, really never had an issue, but this is a more streetable, you know, application where we're going to be running how long? 300 miles, is it?
Oh, each day, yeah, drag week. So I mean, I 100% already know the reason why I had an issue with the rear mount radio is because of myself, the way I routed my lines. I had a one hose that went up and over the diff. And I'm assuming because I went up and over, there was an air pocket always there. I could never bleed out, which is why I had all the nightmare issues I did. Instead of running both lines just down all the way and then up. So I mean, if this doesn't work out, I'm not opposed to going rear mount again. I already know what I have to change and what I know what I have to make better. So if it comes time down the road where I go rear mount again, I'm not opposed to it. It's just I'm learning from my mistakes.
It's a learning curve. It's a learning curve for sure. Going from the 1.6 to this, you know, trying different size turbos, you know, different. You know, you try one thing and you run into a roadblock or you know, an issue, and you go, okay, so in order to change this, we got to change that, and it's just pretty much how the build goes. You know, you try to better the car in phases, I guess would call it, without going too crazy. Sure. Which I think you've done a great job at. You know, trying to just keep track of what the car really needs and what you really want, and being able to defer the difference of that during the build is really hard.
That is.
It's really hard.
It's one of those things you have to understand too. Like, I have zero, I'm not afraid of saying I'm wrong. Like, there's been plenty of times that I've been wrong with this build. And a lot of people on the internet have said, you know, it's not going to work, it's not going to work. But I'm stubborn and I like to learn the hard way. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. I was told for many years I couldn't make the power I made with my 4-cylinder, but I did it. And then now in the LS world, it is pretty common. Everyone has an LS swap. So I am trying to learn my own ways. But I mean, I can't complain too much. This is why I built this car from the start, is for me to learn how to do this stuff on my own. So, and of course, along the ways, I built a lot of great relationships with people. Like I said, I've been working with Mikey now for 6 or 7 years, just different stuff on the car. And I mean, I think the work we do is killer every time we meet together. I mean, I think that is a beautiful setup in a Miata. Of course, the intake's pretty big, but I mean, ultimately, this is a extremely gangster setup. And I think we fit a lot in a little space. Yeah,
there's a lot of hidden things that people will, it's hard to understand, you know, why is that there? Why is this like that? And obviously, it's just, you know, we're dealing with a Miata to start with, you know. If it's in a Fox body or a Camaro or in a bigger body, you know, then, you know, there's options for charge pipe and down pipe. And obviously, when we grabbed the turbo and laying down, we ran into a million problems.
Oh, it took us 5 hours just to figure out where to put the turbo. It took us
longer to figure out how we were going to do this to where we're both very happy with it than it did to, I think, actually make it happen.
100%. I would agree. Yeah, it took us longer to decide where it was going to go than it actually was where it went. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just super excited.
Yeah, well, it helps also. You know, Matt does a lot of homework. He's in bed with a lot of companies that know what they're doing. They know their product, been tested, you know, from Fuel Tech, Holly, Vibrant. I mean, the list goes on. And, you know, it's always a pleasure working with Matt because he does his homework. He comes here with just about all the parts we need. I mean, it's very rare that I get to work with somebody like him. So, I mean, it's, I've said no to him only once, and he literally laughed at me like, yeah, you know what, I'll be there tomorrow anyways.
And that's actually that's a true story.
Yeah.
It's just, when my thing is I know a lot of great friends. I know a lot of great fabricators, but what I like about my car the most is I like to stick with the same group of people. You know, I've had issues with Mikey's work in the past. There's never been denying. A lot of the stuff that he used to build was just on race cars. So me being a street car guy that hit the two-step at every single traffic light, I cracked some shit.
Yeah, it's a level of abuse that was a learning curve for me too.
Sure.
You know, starting back in like 2013, 2014, we started working together on some real simple catch cans. And, you know, I was really new to it as well. So, started back purging, started looking at thicker materials, started looking at this and that. Like you said, it's a learning curve, and sometimes there is information out there for people, but some of us are a little bit more stubborn. Some of us have our own little way of doing things, and down the road it does pay off. But But once again, it's just always a pleasure being able to work on the car, being able to work with you and the same group of people that are
So
always
exciting.
supporting us is great.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a great journey. I mean, obviously, we've worked together for many years. We've had our ups and downs as far as workmanship, and everything that we've had issues with in the past has been resolved tenfold. And everything that's coming out of, I mean, Mikey's torch is top-notch quality. I mean, this guy is absolutely a robot on this machines. And I mean, I can't thank you enough.
Thank you, sir.
It's not going to be a goodbye forever.
No.
We do have plans to do some more things. Like, I really need to build a catch pan under the engine in case, well, not in case, but when the rod shoots out the bottom. The oil will be contained. That way I don't oil the tires.
Save the car.
And then we also, eventually, I want to see about ducting the front radiator. That way all the air is directed towards it. We didn't have time. And honestly, with Texas, it's not like I'm street driving a bunch. It's just going to be track passes. So I don't think it's going to be an issue initially, but I do want to come back in the next couple months and get that taken care of. That way we can get prepped for drag week this year. So that'll be it for me, guys. I know this is a long talking clip, but I mean, I'm super thrilled because this honestly came out so much better than I was anticipating. I mean, it's a sleek setup. I got my hood exit, which I ultimately wanted. And, I got to hang out with the homie. So what are we going to go do now, Mikey?
We're going to go eat, brother.
We're going to go eat.
I am starving.
We're starving. So time to load up the car in the trailer, and then that's it for the night. So I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching.